Language, expression and the way people speak are often key factors in our country's national heritage. And here in Scotland we have no lack of historical poets, writers and storytellers. People such as Rabbie Burns, for instance, are often treated as national treasures. But what many people fail to realise is that this great tradition of telling stories and expressing ourselves in a way that only people in our country can, continues to this day. Here at the Scottish Storytelling Centre on Edinburgh's Royal Mile, efforts are still being made to maintain and encourage the art of storytelling.
What that fella says is true, and I might come visiting.
Since 2006, the centre has hosted a vast array of storytellers who tell their tales in all forms of language and culture. From the traditional Scots prose to stories from the far-flung corners of Arabia and Africa, the centre provides a vital stronghold for this valued tradition.
I keep my stories in my voice, and I use words that I was brought up with, and the words that are repeated in a lot of traditional stories. So I like to keep the stories as traditional as possible. I mean, a lot of the stories that I tell are actually a mixture of more than one traditional story kind of mixed together and I'm quite happy to alter traditional stories to fit a particular age group or theme or whatever. I do still try and keep them as traditional as possible. Oh, I'm hungry. Yes, you're quite right to run away. The Mark McGinn song, The Dundee Ghost, it talks about things like a sing-a-land. And a lot of Glasgow kids that a generation ago would have been living in these things don't know what it is. But it gives you a wee opportunity to explain a little bit, you know? And if he was down by the seaside, he would collect seashells, stones, sand, all kinds of things. He collected.
The art of storytelling has a long tradition within Scottish culture, and it is an art form that continues to evolve as times and traditions advance.
Sure. Well, I think that the key thing really is the storytelling is going on, but it happens in different places and different situations from what it did in the older tradition. So, I mean, the main storytelling place in traditional Scottish storytelling was in people's homes. And, people knew particular houses to get together where there'd be good crack, where there'd be a bit of entertainment, there'd be stories. Nowadays, you've got to actually make an effort to create that situation. And the purpose of the Storytelling Centre is just that, to be a kind of a context, a platform, an opportunity that can then encourage other people to create opportunities in their local communities through storytelling groups, clubs, sessions in schools and libraries and museums or whatever. Because I think it is sort of about people spending time with each other, sharing experiences, listening to each other. So I think that is a value. It's people being brought together. It's entertainment, of course. If it's not entertainment, it's not working. But it's also sharing values and experiences, linking up generations, linking up different cultures and all the rest of it. So I think that it is, first of all, it's about certain kind of community values. That's the thing. One of the dangers is that sometimes it is invisible. And I would say that that's one of the things the Storytelling Centre has been about, is to help make that intangible, invisible thing a little bit more visible, just so as people can get a chance to connect with it.
Did you find a yo-yo, yo-yo, yo-yo? Did you find a yo-yo with a wee yellow strip? The wings left the pencils and papers and stencils and chopped all the doors and the trim. And as they were chopping and ringing and rapping, they asked all the folks all around, did you find a yo-yo, yo-yo, yo-yo? Did you find a yo-yo with a wee yellow string?
Cultures. I think there is a very important thing. I think that storytelling, and because it was always, if you like, the non-official art form, the community art form, has made a huge contribution to keeping Scots and Gaelic alive.
We want to hear from you. ICH Scotland have set up their own easy-to-use wiki site that will be used to document examples of Scotland's cultural heritage. If you can think of any examples of your own, or if you'd like further information on the traditions featured in this video, please log on to www.ichscotlandwiki.org.